Welcome back, everyone. Going into hour 3 here of Roleplay Breakers One Shot. John, we're heading up the stairs.
Yeah, you got through the lobby. The goblin-infested Starbucks was no match for your rolling high all the time. And,
Yeah.
you
Game's pretty
recompense.
easy, John. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
you know?
I know. Super easy. And you decided to rescue these people that called for your assistance on the radio, but not waiting around, not being sneaky, not doing any of that business. Going right up the middle staircase, through the atrium, right to the conference room. So, Vandal in the lead again with the flamethrower, I assume.
Yep.
Everyone coming up behind. I like the combination of the point man and the slowest guy.
Yeah, everyone's probably like either pressed up right behind me or just getting very frustrated with how slow I'm moving up the steps. Yeah.
Kraken, you're getting a reading. You're getting the sort of countdown beep. Getting ever closer, right? As you go up the stairs. So the place is, the power's out in here. It's dark. But you guys have flashlights on your gear, so you can like click them on to see if you want, or you can just like fumble up the stairs in the darkness. Do you have a preference for that?
Well, fumbling up the stairs in the darkness sounds so good.
It sounds to me like you're not being sneaky, though. You're just turning the lights on, you're going up there, you're getting the shit done, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. So let's see how that goes. Who's the brain situation here? Who would be sort of like leading? I know you're on point, Vandal. Maybe it's you who's like the guy, driving the boat here, but is someone kind of the mastermind, like, okay, ready, 1, 2, 3, go, or what? Who's sort of in charge?
I think Vandal thinks that he is, but I would assume Spoons is probably the brains behind everything going on.
I would hope Spoons, and the moment that Nero and Vandal start moving at the very front, I would be like, actually, how about the three of you convene? I'm unfamiliar with your background, and Spoons, I am eager to see what you and your infinite expertise have to add to this very challenging situation.
Yeah, we got it, Kraken. Let's go. Just kind of disregard what he said.
So if Spoons is sort of the leader here, you can make a resolve roll to like carry us into the operation here. We'll roll and see how that goes, and then it'll sort of montage the rescue op, so we don't have to play it out round by round, right? You're gonna lead the team, and we're gonna get up there and rescue these people.
Okay, so in a situation like this, can I just go ahead and, I feel like it's a moment for me to shine as a leader. Can I just add a strain die right now?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna do that. I want this to be the best fucking goddamn operation start. We got a long ways ahead of us still. So this is a 3d6 plus 2 roll.
Oh my god.
Holy Moses.
So this was a 12 before you added.
It was like, yes. If there's ever been overkill in a fucking roll on roleplay, this was it right here.
It was as good as it could have been, and then we made it 4 points better.
I thought a crit is not good enough. What I'm trying to accomplish here. You know what? Let's honor the fucking dice here. How about that? Let's say it's some sort of super crit is what goes down here. So let me paint a picture for you, and with your super crit you can just like go nuts. Okay. The conference room, it's down the hall. So when you get up there on the landing, you're looking down this hallway, and it's one of those floor plans where it's kind of like an open plan office, and it's got the glassed in conference room in the middle, with all the workstations kind of around. The lights from your gear are sweeping through off the glass, and you see huddled inside like pretty much everybody who might work in this building. Like they're all pressed in there. They've turned the conference room table over and pushed it up against the doors, and blocking the lights are two. No, they're not goblins. They're larger, sort of man-sized beings. You know these very well. The breakers call them imps because they look a lot like imps from Doom, from the video game.
I was about to say, so they're brown and they throw fireballs at us?
Yeah, they also have the kind of spiny quality that a lot of the creatures from the other world have. They've got tough spines.
KFA.
Yeah, I begin to circle strafe them.
Yeah, that's right. WASD. You guys have faced imps before. You know their deal. They're covered in this sort of cracked black earth. Their skin is like sort of like dirt or rock, and they have a fire burning within them, which they can expel. They can throw fire out of their hands or eyes or mouth. They can explode. They're kind of unpredictable. They're servants of the wizard, and they're trying to get in. And well, they've basically done it. They've smashed some of the glass. The people in there are yelling, and one of them throws a chair. But you guys arrived just because you didn't dawdle around. You arrived right in the nick of time here, as the imps are about to start incinerating people inside the conference room. What's your leadership maneuver here?
So what happens is, because we're big fans of montages on RollPlay, what happens is like this flashback montage of like Spoons trying to teach the whole language of commands through like hand motions. And you see her like doing like these basic hand motions, and everyone, is kind of like confused, and Vandal's like, he can't get any of them right. He's like hitting himself on the face, and it's me face palming. It's just this over and over. And suddenly, it starts to go into that super high energy, like rock, where like suddenly Vandal gets one right, and we're all like, yeah!
Eye of the Tiger starts to play.
Yes, and it's like us on the stairs, and I just like look at each of them, and then I just start like, what? And I just start issuing all of these, like command. And I'm looking too, and we're sending them out, and it's just like it's in like slow mo, and everyone's eyes are lighting up as they realize exactly what command they have been issued, and then there's like the single slow mo hand like deploy.
And I mean, obviously, all of these are the somatic components of some kind of bolstering spell that Spoons is casting upon us. It's her magic is subtle but powerful, and we feel all fired up by it. So
nice, yeah. So it's perfect. Like, instead of what we've seen before, which is breakneck driving and smashing into stuff and fumbling around the ground with a bat wrapped around your face, and this is the opposite. This is the backlit, moment of truth, and you guys are able to fan out perfectly. The imps turn and throw fireballs where they expect you, but you're not there. You're hitting them from the sides. The fireballs sail out into the atrium and smash glass on the opposite end, and everyone opens fire on them, and it's this coordinated strike. Let's roll the damage just for fun. You guys are gonna wreck these guys probably, but let's just do it for fun.
So still 3d6 for the spray, right?
Yeah, everyone can roll their damage, and we'll total it up and
All right.
obliterate these imps.
I started with a 9.
All right.
5 from Matt.
Nice.
6 from Spoons.
Yeah.
So for Kraken's action, just in advance of everyone else shooting into this mass, as we're getting the coordinations, knowing that I really don't have many weapons at my disposal. However, I had managed to hack into the entirety of the systems, and I've set up a backup generator into the power of the facility. I immediately know exactly what might help with this, seeing the flicker of flames emanating from these creatures' forces. So I move over to the internal environment settings for the building, find and isolate the sprinkler systems right above where they are, and initiate them right as everyone fans out to attack.
Nice. Yeah, that's even better. Yeah, they don't even get their fireballs off. They do, and they just like steam out into the air as they start to attack. and all the fire comes in. Nero, are you using your bow here? Are you
No, I'm charging in for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't even have. I was gonna take a bow, but I don't. I always have my sword.
Cool. So everything goes off perfectly. You fan out. You wet them down with the sprinkler system, and just as the last of the shots from Spoon's RoboCop gun is smashing one of them, we see Nero decapitate one of them, and their body falls sideways, revealing the panicked people inside looking up. And maybe we can just cut to like them outside. The actual ambulance has shown up. They're wrapping blankets around people and leading them out. They're shaken and they're like freaking out. A few people want to take pictures of you, Spoons, as they're coming out. A couple people kind of recognize who you are, and they're sheepishly like trying to get the like awkward selfie where they're like in the shot with you in the background, you know. Do you let that go down, or do you?
No, actually, I probably try to sort of get behind Nero, probably the biggest one here, and just sort of like not interested in getting. We got a job to do, and
nice. Well, you got your super crit. I'm not going to make you mess around anymore. Yeah, you can totally just kind of fade into the background, and they get some shots of a weird alien on their phones.
Yeah.
I think Nero, like you show up as like a weird blur or like a. You know, like nothing comes through really in the picture. It's this classic UFO photo.
It probably has like Vandal behind, like picking his nose or something, not even aware that he's about to be having a photo taken of him.
You guys aren't gonna believe this thing I took, the shot. And it's
yeah, it's just the guy that's wearing these football pads for some reason, slightly overweight, just picking his nose.
Nice.
Spoons, we going back inside?
Well, we're gonna keep going towards the break. I think. I mean, we saved these people.
Totally saved them.
Head lower.
All right. Well, which way you want to go? I mean, you're the brains. We can go down two ways, you know.
Yeah, through the basement or through the parking garage are your two.
Considering that B2 is probably an entry point, the parking garage of other breakers, and it's probably in our best interest to get down as quickly as possible, I would suggest that we go through B1 so far. No one's come in to mess with us, so we've already got at least one leg up. So I think we go right back down the stairs and through the shaft down to B1 and keep going on our way.
So you're thinking like in like that, and then
I'm going to ping.
This way or that?
Yes, yeah. Well, either way, I'm definitely thinking through B1, and then I guess we make that decision on what we do.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the arrow to B3. That's kind of like our next leg.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
From there.
So you basically got the building cleared. I mean, not basically. You do have the building cleared. You go back in and leave the ambulance lights behind. A news van is driving up but you're able to skirt out of its view before they actually set up anything.
I have a question. While we're entering, I'm going to start looking through the blueprints of the main top building and see if there's perhaps a supply cabinet or some sort of a backup place where we could quickly scrounge and maybe get anything that could help us in the rest of our endeavor.
Like a security room or something, yeah.
Find the vault where this castle keeps its treasures.
Yeah, totally. Make an insight roll for me there, Professor.
All right.
See how quickly you can do that. Boom.
Dude, our rolls today.
Easy.
Crazy.
Don't even break a sweat. Yeah, it's actually on the way in the basement. Well, what kind of stuff are you looking for? You kind of pull up, a detailed inventory of the building, so you can.
I'm looking for first aid, as my face is still covered in cuts. I'm looking for any sort of security gear that might be left behind. Seeing as how this facility may have been a rather intense complex based on its structure and having such subterranean units, to see if there is a place where either weapons or some sort of a security gear would be kept.
Yeah. There is a security office. in the basement where all the like security cameras and stuff are. You guys get down there and lever the door open. It's locked, but whatever. Inside there's lockers, security guard uniforms. The cameras are out currently because of the power, but they're here. There's 2 first aid kits on the wall that are available to be looted. And you find in one of the guards' lockers, it must be like his personal weapon. They don't carry guns here, but he must carry himself a handgun in his locker. And then they do have like a taser rack next to the door that are in chargers. 2 of them are gone, and there's another 3 in the rack there.
I will take 2 of those tasers and just put them in my bag.
Sure.
I'll take the first aid kits.
You gonna take both?
Yeah. I'm full right now.
It's nice. And as you're down there looting through, you hear echoing from below in the basement. There's a storm going on outside, so that even down here you can sort of faintly hear it, the howling wind and the lightning. But now you're hearing something from below. It's like an outdoor sound, wind and grit, maybe sand blowing against the door down at the bottom of the basement. And as you continue down, you're sort of approaching. You can see on the map there, there's sort of a spike of orange coming up underneath B1 there.
Right.
And you're getting close to that, and you can hear it from the stairs. You're on this side of the door, and you hear this like a desert wind blowing in the sand. You've heard this before. I mean, not you, Kraken. This is your first time, right? But Nero, this sound. This is the sound of the dark wastes from the other world. What used to be your verdant homeland, ruined by the dark sorceries of the wizard, is just on the other side of the door. How do you want to proceed?
Well, if we're at the door already and we can hear the sound outside, I turn to Kraken and I look at you seriously and I say, "Where you are about to go, few mortals have ever tread. You may never return, but know, if you die in this place, you will die a hero." Are you ready to die a hero, Kraken?
No. You say, can you live a hero? Is that an option?
Yeah, it's not so bad in there, Kraken. Don't let the European get to you. They just like to use them big words, make themselves sound fancier. It's not a big problem.
Right.
It's all good. We'll protect you, Kraken. We got you.
Okay.
And then I lean over to Spoons. That guy's gonna die in 5 minutes. The second. Still don't know why you brought him along. Then I would assume that I start walking towards. What are we looking at? I guess.
So yeah, you're in a stairwell.
Okay.
Like a concrete stairwell with a metal door that goes down towards the power and sewage stuff for the building. But it must be all messed up by the break. So yeah, the door's still on its hinges and it's still securely locked. It has a metal latch.
Okay, I think I just nonchalantly, as I'm saying all that, just reach over to the door and try to turn it, pull it back towards me.
It actually, there's a little bit of pressure and it pops towards you as you open it, and that you get this hot wind on your face and see the break. So what would normally be here is a room or a hallway, but it's sheared away. There's a ragged edge of concrete floor and walls, and then you're sort of looking outside onto this stretching alien desert landscape that's canted at a bizarre angle. It has the requisite concept artist jagged rocky outcroppings, like that. It has a black sun in the orange sky with the sort of Dark Souls fire around it.
Say a quick prayer to Ralph McQuarrie and continue on.
Yeah. There's black spire towers off in the distance silhouetted against the orange sky, and wheeling winged dragon-looking creatures off in the distance. And I mean, for you, Kraken, this is just like it's a Yes album cover plus Frank Rosetta painting or something, and it's like all matched up. And the three more experienced guys, you kind of naturally like sort of lean and take a step into the other like weird space. But Kraken, it's like it's hitting you like hard, like the world is like tipping aside.
As I step over into the rest of the realm and everyone kind of begins trekking forward, they get about 50 paces before they realize that Kraken is not with them. I'm still back at the entryway. I'm taking photos of and recording and trying to take spatial samples with my scanner of the actual barrier between the worlds, and just I'm lost in the research in the moment.
Nice.
And I eventually go over my shoulder and hear one of the shrieks of the dragon things in the sky and go, oh shit! And I catch up with everybody.
Nice. Yeah, the landscape, it cuts downward. It's really awkward. This is always how it is. It's not super bad. You don't have to like rig up your climbing gear yet. But you have to sort of scramble down until you get oriented onto the right plane. And there's a valley cut into these dark obsidian stones that are jutting up out of the earth. You can see how the valley cuts down, and in the distance, there's part of the parking garage sticking up out of the ground, sort of sideways, and there's cars there that have slid into a pile on one side. Some of their headlights are on and are beaming off into the orange sky. So it's like a little twist of a canyon that leads back up into the parking garage over where it says B3 on the map there. That's kind of where this canyon leads. And beyond it, you see more of that, like as the break continues up to B2, that is part of the parking garage jutting up into the sky at impossible angles, all twisted around on itself. So the deal, we haven't talked about this, but there's magical artifacts and stuff to be found in the break. So scrounging around for that stuff is a way to get loot. Also, there's usually a big shard. There's these crystalline shards that cause breaches. They punch through the dimensions, and as long as they're there, the break gets worse and worse and widens and widens. And so a thing breakers can do is find the sort of keystone shard and destroy it or pull it out or whatever to sort of pull the plug on the bathtub and get the break to collapse on itself. It's a super dangerous thing to do, but that's the real hardcore breaker thing, is to go in and like take out the shard. That's not necessarily what you guys would want to do here. It depends on how hardcore your group is. Maybe you just want to do some looting in the break and get out with your lives intact. But that's certainly something Kraken could scan for, to like find the keystone.
The source, that's the central, most concentrated source of this dicer fence particle, might pertain to where such a crystal would be located.
Yes.
All right. So
yeah, I know this. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's say. Do we continue down this canyon, or do we want to see if there's something within this cluster of broken, twisted metal that we might find useful?
I survey the ruined plain, and I say grimly, not looking at anyone, like I'm looking out over the horizon, like standing on a sand dune or something, and I just say, "We will find nothing but ruin here." Like the wind like blows in my hair.
Ravine it is then. Go ahead and lead on, Nero, since you apparently know this place at all.
Yeah, I turn and look at you, and you can see like a single like crystalline tear like slide down my cheek. And like, know this place. I was born here, my friend.
Oh God, here come the waterworks. Can we just move forward, guys? It's a desert. You've seen one before. It's all good. We're gonna be great.
Yeah, I think I look at Nero and give him like a nod of approval. That like I respect his respect of this place, and so where he wants to go, I think that's the right choice.
I turn to Vandal and I say, "Worry not about my resolve, comrade. I am here not to mourn my dead family with tears, but with my sword." and I like turn with a flourish and begin to like head out into the desert.
Okay. As we follow after Nero, Kraken, who usually stays to the back, quickens his pace just enough to kind of rusk up to the side of Nero and kind of sheepishly goes, "Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect. I didn't realize. I'm sorry." I kind of like tap Nero's shoulder. The best sort of example of physical interaction.
Yeah, I laugh and I like clap you on the back, and I'm like, "This land has no room for apologies, friend Kraken. Only for blood and glory. Now come, let's find you some."
Yeah, the blood's all you, man. Slink back to the back.
As they're off in the distance a little bit, I'm looking at Spoons, and I just kind of like gaze on the desert plains, and we are so fucked. I just like take a step forward with a loud sigh and just continue to walk.
All right, you guys head down the canyon, and it gets tighter and narrow as you go down. But you've done this before. You know this is like sort of the right way to go to get at something interesting. And sure enough, it does. As it sort of passes the parking garage, there's piles of cars have been moved into the canyon and stacked up, bent and smashed together to create a choke point. Some of them still have their lights on, which they shouldn't. There's some weird energy, coursing through their systems and causing the lights to flash and spark. And as you approach, the wind kicks up above the canyon. You smell the tang of magic on the air. A spell is at work here. And so you realize you can't kind of go forward unless you get over these cars or up over the canyon and then back into where the parking garage is there at B3 to get further down.
Yeah, so I wanna stop when I notice the magic in the air, and I crouch down and I like pick up like a handful of sand, and I like smell it and like taste it a little bit and like look in the air. I want to see if I can determine more about the spell, like the source of this magic. Are we walking into an automancer's lair or something? What's going on here?
Yep. Yeah, roll your insight for me.
Okay. I got an 8.
Okay.
Nice. Damn.
That might be the worst roll of the day.
That is a success with a complication. Let me choose my complication for you here. But I might do it anyway. I guess you always have your strain if you really want it.
I'm okay with an 8.
I'm going to fill in one of the tick marks for the Cloud of Woe.
Excellent. We can't stop here. This is woe country.
Yes, it is.
Let us go and fill it in here. So yeah, you sense what does your elf nose smell? You sense the magical power. You guys see Nero sort of crouch down and smell the sand, and around you, you're hearing this like twisting metal bending sound back from the way you came to. You hear this horrible like a car. It sounds like a car crusher, operating sort of. You sense there's an artifact here. There's a magical device blasted out from some sacred place in your homeland during the break. Randomly, like a meteorite crashed here, like a lodestone, drawing this magical energy to it. This is the typical kind of artifact that you find in the break, a weird oddity that doesn't seem to do anything specific, a broken remnant of your culture. For you, it's probably something really important. You sense its history.
Mm-hmm.
It's a piece of the chalice from the three ancient kings once drank to seal their pact.
Well, obviously we got to get on that shit.
Yeah. And it's embedded in the metal here, and it's causing all the metal from the parking garage to like bend and twist out and try to compress down into where the thing is. It's getting further and further twisted inside these wrecked cars.
Can I invoke the magical powers of my blood and lineage to try to dispel it enough to make it safe to take, right? Because if we just dig into the cars and drag it around, it's gonna summon objects to smush us. But
so everyone can kind of decide here. Like it's almost the trash compactor. It's not quite that desperate yet, but as he's doing this, you see behind you in the canyon this like part of a delivery van like squeezing and crushing through behind you, and the cars in front are smashing down like this. You have time right now to scramble up and away from this thing. You may have time to also like use some tools and get the artifact out potentially. It's up to you guys what you want to do here. But Adam, you also sense like as you commune here, you have this like flash of the cloud of woe reaching its tendrils out further into the world, and just noticing a slight essence of your magic, right? It's just sort of brushed against where you are and starting to reach towards you.
Yeah, and I think like I stand and I've got like the kind of pupilless glowy magic eyes, and I just like raise a hand and look up at the sky and reach over and grab spoons. Like I drag you over to me and I'm like, "There's treasure here, but the cloud, it comes." And I turn and I look right to where the artifact is, like the sort of center of the thing, and I say, "If we were to seize this prize, we must do so quickly." And I'm basically just like looking at a like tangled like chunk of metal and rock, right? Like where this thing.
Yeah, at the bottom of the car pile, there's like a Prius that's in and wrapped around. And Spoons, when you look, you can see there's this weird eldritch green light emanating from the car, which says loot to you.
I mean, I guess I turn back to the team. I say, "This is why we do what we do. Let's grab it."
Yeah, so I figure what we do, like if I can dispel its magic or whatever, like kind of reverse the polarity on it to like push away the debris and expose the object, I'll do that while the three of you run in and grab it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I find a rocky outcropping suitably majestic enough for me to pose on, one leg up in the air, and I draw from my armor the star key to the vault of infinity and hold it aloft, opening the pathways of magic, as is my birthright, and begin to soothe the spell within the object to try to calm it. I'm kind of like singing counterpoint to like harmonize it so that it knows that a rightful bearer has arrived to take it up.
Nice. Okay, while he's putting on a light show for everybody, who's on point? Usually someone will be, I mean, not on point, sorry, like who's providing security for the team here? Who's looking at, watching your back?
Probably Vandal.
Yeah, I've got the flamethrower tucked away, but I've pulled out the 357 on my chest and kind of just looking down all the different alleyways that I could think someone is going to spring from.
Nice.
As the other two run towards this glowing light.
I'll rush down with spoons with my scanner ahead of me the whole time, using it as my eyes because I'm excited at just the fluctuations that are happening here and trying to capture as much data as possible. I haven't really even noticed that the intent is to take the object because I'm just on the track of just recording it. So at this point, I don't even know what we're doing or where we're going. I'm just following out of my peripheral, like, okay, all right, no problem.
Nice. Yeah, so you can provide some assistance here with your scanner. And so it sounds like Spoon is doing the heavy lifting. Does anyone have like tools? Does anyone bring tools?
Yeah, I have heavy tools.
I brought heavy
marked.
tools.
Yeah, we both have them.
You both have heavy tools. Awesome. Yeah, great. That will help a lot.
I'm probably carrying his heavy tools though. Because he can't carry them or something like that. Most likely.
You have plenty of room in your pack. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's all roll. This will be a big group action. Adam's gonna roll for Nero's magic. JP, you're gonna roll for Vandal's security with your insight. You're gonna watch everyone's back.
Oh, this will be good.
Yeah, right.
What am I rolling with?
I think it's your resolve, right? You're using your internal power for your magic. Wheat, you're using your prowess, right? You're gonna like get in there with a crowbar or whatever and try to lever that thing out.
I might in prowess as well in aiding him, or
you can, or you can use your insight and with the scanner because it's kind of hard to see the thing, so you might be able to just be like.
All right. Yeah. So what I'll be doing is I'll be able to see actually where it is embedded through the cars and kind of giving him directions, shouting over the wind and the sand, going, "Okay, no, it's below the blue car. You need to push that. No, not that. Okay, that's the one. Go.
Yeah.
Jeez.
An
11 to start off with. Was that your 8, Adam, that you rolled?
No. This is my.
Does that mean I get a plus one?
Yeah. Take a +1 for Matthew's 11. Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
It's cool. The forces of magic.
Oh,
It's
Oh
fine.
man, dice are on fire.
damn.
Forces of magic are not happy.
No.
Yeah, and I am blind. The dust is just kicking in my eyes, and I forgot my goggles.
Yeah.
That's cool. So we're really focused on getting this job done. And you've totally missed some horrible thread. And I rolled a 3 trying to like control the winds of magic. So whatever.
I think Vandal's just shouting, "Gotta get paid! Gotta get that money! Get the cheddar!"
Listen, sometimes you open the Vault of Infinity and good stuff comes out, and sometimes it don't.
Yeah.
The important thing is Spoons is awesome.
Yeah, that's what matters. Spoons get shit done.
The rest of us are the carries.
Yeah, I can identify exactly where it is. Spoons. What are you using? What kind of tool are you? Is it like a sledgehammer or a crowbar or something?
Yeah. It's actually just a large pipe that I grabbed from the rubble since I don't have anything.
Well, yeah, you could get something from somebody if you want to.
Yeah, and then a crowbar, something to that effect.
Nice. So you're gonna crit here. Basically, you're gonna get in and pry the thing out.
Yeah.
Despite the appearance, like it's a Prius is wrapped around it, and you're just like whatever.
These things don't have a great safety rating. It's fine.
So while you're doing this impossible job of levering the thing out from the wreckage of a car, 2 things happen. Vandal, you fail to notice the imps that are coming for you, drawn by your entrance into the world and by the magics that are coalescing here. And Nero's mishandling of the magic backlashes on him. I'm going to roll some damage for you to start this off, Adam.
Okay.
And you're at 8 already, right, Adam?
Yes. I should actually be at 9 because I forgot I had a shield on that last one, but that's fine.
Oh yeah, that's right. You brought your shield.
I do have a shield, yeah.
That's fine.
Because I didn't take the +1 to attack monsters.
We just forgot to mention it, so that's fine.
Yep.
All right. You take 4 points of magical backlash.
I assume my armor and shield don't affect that.
Does not apply now.
Okay.
And here's what happens. The imp fireballs come arcing in over the cars. That's the first of you see of it, Vandal. What the? Come arcing in. The magic power backlashes. The fireballs get swirled in to the magic that Nero is trying to manipulate. This is all happening kind of in slow motion over Spoons' shoulders as she's like, pang, pang, pang. Just and sure enough, it's the bowl of this silver chalice. A valuable loot item. You can add that to your pack. You have it now. But the whole thing, as the fireballs go off and the magic backlashes, this whole twisted car scenario caves in, and the parking structure where the brake is coming in, it all just busts apart, and everyone goes plummeting through the floor, through the ground. Yeah, it's total mayhem. Just blam.
This is near B3, near that B3.
Yep, right there.
Okay.
It can't take the weight. The explosions, the magic, the break, sharing everything is too much.
This is the quick time event part where we have to like try to grab onto stuff and not
You have to run along. Yeah. Everyone does get to make a prowess test though.
Oh, nice.
To manage their fall through the breeze.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my God!
All right, the rolls are starting to come through.
Oh no, we're falling apart.
Starting
Fine. Show us up. Please.
Holy shit!
Spoons nails it. I got a 9, 13 for
So
Spoons. Matt with the 6, and Nero
I
with
got
that
a 3.
3.
I want to try to make this not a failure, so I'm gonna use one of my strain. Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna do the same.
Come on, D6. Don't fuck me on this. There we go. All right, it's a 9 now instead of a fail.
All right. Okay.
I'm gonna take my second strain
Okay.
and bring it to an 8. So at least
Nice.
it's a
Okay.
complete failure.
No one actually failed.
Man, it sucks. It sucks being on the opposite side of the bell curve from you, Weed. I can't even see you over all this probability.
Yeah, you're totally fine. Everyone else got partials, right?
I think
Yeah. With the boost we did.
All right. Let me just do weak hits. Vandal, you take 2 points of damage. Your armor does apply here if you have it.
All right.
3 for you, Nero.
Can I use my armor and my shield? Like, can I put my shield between me and like the debris, or is it just armor?
So yeah, you're like falling through the floor, so you can sort of like hold it up.
Yeah, like surf on it like Legolas.
Sure, that's
That's what I do.
Do you actually have 3 armor?
I have 2,
2, okay.
so I just take 1.
And then for the professor, 2.
alrighty.
Hey, they gave you your 1 point of armor before, right? So only take 1.
Exactly, which
Nice.
Which is great because as we watch Nero crouch in and through countless years of battle capability, knowing
Millennia even.
to minimize impact, you watch Kraken just screams and flails, being tumbled end over end across the crumbling bits of concrete and sand, landing and impacting in a way that at least the sand impact is soft enough to cushion the blow, and the armor actually probably is what did the 1 damage because the force of the fall.
Isn't that what they say when you like take a harsh tumble like that? Just go limp and just ragdoll your way down.
Yeah, it's the only reason I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's mayhem as everything breaks and you fall into the theater. It's a movie theater. That's what's down here. It's this old timey, grand movie theater with a balcony and a vaulted ceiling. This is where gravity really gets crazy. And there's a point of equilibrium in the room. So as you fall through, the debris falls and then falls back again, and it sort of pitches back and forth in equilibrium in the middle. There's pieces of cars and rock sort of floating over the seats of the movie theater. And everything's inverted here. The ceiling is on your floor, so to speak. The seats are above. This is kind of confusing, but you all land. You crash and land on the floor, which is the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
The debris rains around. There's pieces of cars. The screen is in the theater, or not the screen. I mean, the projector is onto the screen. The theater is packed. There's lots of people in here. Well, there's skeletons of people.
They're in their chairs, like still.
They're in their chairs, looking at the screen. And it's almost like a 1984 Apple ad or something. There's like
right.
Flickering light from the movie screen, the skulls, dead eye sockets looking forward. debris everywhere, and you each see something different on the screen, and you hear something different. Vandal, you're seeing a grainy VHS tape taken from the sidelines of a football game as you're going back to throw the perfect spiral in the big game, and the person recording it, they're talking while they're recording it, and they make some crack about you, about like, at least a dumbass can throw a ball, and their friend next to him is like, seriously, what a loser.
I think the first thing that happens when I enter into the theater is I'm just like, man, this movie really killed, guys. You know what I'm saying? Do you get the joke? Do you get what? Hey, that's me on the. Hey, what did you fucking say about me? I just like start shooting the screen. The second they start insulting me, I just like drop like 2 or 3 bullets into the screen.
Start popping the screen.
Yeah. Can't believe they'd fucking say that. You guys hearing this shit? I'm just like lost in the video at that point.
Nice. All right. Well, we'll get to that. Kraken, you're seeing the university. It's like a orientation film for your school. But everyone in the orientation film are dead. They're like victims of the catastrophe. And they're colleagues and people that you knew, and they're like, welcome here, and their jaws hanging loose, and they're like have their death wounds. There's so many amenities that you'll find here on campus. They're dragging their broken limbs on the video to show off the features of the school. Exactly. That's an appropriate reaction.
That's all I do.
Nice. Nero, you're experiencing this like high fantasy adventure movie.
Yeah, totally.
Like this like totally elaborate fantasy film with special effects and all kinds of cool sorceries and heroics.
Yeah, like all of my friends, like the barbarian Sonia from the Frozen North, and like my dwarven companion Rockthar. Oh, I miss them so.
Mm-hmm. And just in their the heat of the battle, the moment where they're going to make their big heroic sacrifice to save the day or to pose dramatically, the dark wizard appears and offers them their life in exchange for their service, and one by one they all bow a knee to him and abandon their quests, abandon their heroism, and agree to serve the Dark Lord. If only they'll let them live. They beg pathetically for their lives.
Man, that wizard's a jerk.
Yeah. And finally, I think we all know what this one's going to be. For Spoons, playing on the big screen, is the reality show contest. The unaired episode in which Spoons' parents met their fate. And it's just starting up. It's like opening credits and the theme song and all the little like introductory, stills of the people with their names underneath them. And you right away, what's coming. You know that you're about to see. If you keep watching, it's going to go all the way to the fateful moment.
Right.
And sort of dimly, Kraken, Spoons, and Nero, you can hear the dull boom of a 357, but it seems very far away. And Vandal, as you're firing, the same thing is happening to you a little bit. The report of the gun feels pathetic. It feels like in a dream when you're like trying to run or something and you like can't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that. The gun is like, it's not doing anything.
Sure, yeah. I would take pride in the kickback of that gun, and there's no kickback really. It just feels like a weak shot every time, like something's not firing right.
Yeah. And to the audience at home, like we see all of you just laying in the rubble, eyes wide with the flickering light from the projector in your eyes as some sorcery is taking you over. And one by one, the skulls on the skeletons are turning in their seats, their eyes lighting up, taking notice of you, while the four heroes, the four Breaker adventurers, are just dazed with this horrible vision in front of their eyes. And one of the skulls, the first of several, detaches from its neck, and a nimbus of fire appears around it.
Oh, shit.
It lifts off, and they one by one start popping off and floating ominously towards you. Maybe we can take our break there.
Cool.
Yeah, that sounds about
Works
right.
out right before the whole party's about to die. Not a big problem. Let's just take a break.
See how you get out of this one. See how you want to get out of this one.
Yeah, we'll think about our deaths during this 3 to 5 minute period to come back and share it all with you. So we'll do just that. Don't go anywhere. More, I guess, the conclusion actually of this one shot right after this. We'll see you guys then.